let's go ahead and do a couple guided practice problems together. So we're asked to solve 96 divided by 4. So I notice that I have 2 digits, so I'm going to need 2 boxes. And I'm going to put my 9 in the first box for tens place, and my 6 in the second box for the ones place, and my 4 will go on the outside because it's my divisor. So I want to start by listing my multiples of 4. And if you don't have these memorized, remember that your multiples, you're just adding 4 over and over. So 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 plus 4 is 16. So we just keep adding 4 to the multiple before it. All right, and then I'm going to write my steps for long division. My does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers regularly? So I'm going to divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring up, and repeat. So I'm going to start by dividing 4 into 9. So I want to look at my list of multiples of 4, and I want to get as close to 9 as I can without going over. So it looks like that's going to be 8, which is the second multiple. So I'm going to put a 2 up top, and then I'm going to multiply. I'm going to multiply that 2 times 4, which will get me 8. And then I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. Next I need to check, is this difference, this remainder, is it smaller than my divisor? If it is, then I can go ahead and move to the next step, and I'll bring that digit up into my next box, creating a new dividend of 16. Then I'm going to repeat my steps. So 4 divided into 16. I'm going to look at my list of multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 4 can go into 16 4 times. Then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. Next I'm going to subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. So I don't have a remainder. My quotient is 24. All right. Our next problem asks us to divide 648 divided by 6. So I'm going to need 3 boxes, 1 digit in each box, broken up by place value. So 6 in my hundreds, 4 in my tens, 8 in my ones. Then I'm going to list my multiples of 6. Again, I'm just adding that 6 over and over if you don't have your multiples memorized. Then I'm going to list my steps for long division. My does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers regularly? So I'm going to divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring up, and repeat. So I'm going to put my divisor, that's 6, on the outside of my grid. Then I'm going to start my division. So 6 can divide into 6 1 time. Then I'm going to multiply. 1 times 6 is 6. Then I'm going to subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0. Then I'm going to check, is 0 smaller than 6? If it is, I can go ahead and bring it up to the next box. And I'm now dividing 6 into 4. Well, looking at my list of multiples, I'm not going to be able to divide 6 into 4, so I'm going to have to put a 0 here. If I can't divide into that number, I need to use a 0. I cannot leave it blank. So 0 times 6 is 0. 4 minus 0 is 4. I'm going to check, is this 4 smaller than 6? It is, so I can go ahead and bring it up, creating a new dividend of 48. I'm now dividing 6 into 48. So if I look at my multiples, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So I'm going to put an 8 up top. 8 times 6 is 48. Then I'm going to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0, giving me a quotient of 108. Let's check. Awesome. All right, our last problem asks us to solve 3,682 divided by 7. So because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 digits, I need 4 boxes. And I'm going to break this up by place value. So a 3 in my thousands, 6 in my hundreds, 8 in the tens, 2 in the ones, and I'll put my divisor outside. So I'm going to start by listing my multiples of 7. Again, just adding that 7 repeatedly. And then I'm going to list my steps for long division. I'm going to try and do that really tiny up here. So my does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers regularly? So I'm going to divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring up, and repeat. So I'm going to start with division. Can 7 divide into 3? It can't. It's too big. So we're going to put a 0 up top, and then we're going to multiply. 0 times 7 is 0. Then I'm going to subtract. 3 minus 0 is 3. Then I'm going to check. Is 3 smaller than 7? It is. So I can go ahead and bring it up to the next box, creating a new dividend of 36. So now I'm dividing 7 into 36. Go over to my multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. If I go 6 times, I've gone over 36, so I can only go in 5 times. 5 times 7 is going to give me 35. 6 minus 5 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. Then I'm going to check, is 1 smaller than 7? It is, so I can go ahead and bring it up. Now I'm dividing into 18. My new dividend is 18. So I'm going to see how many times 7 can divide into 18. 1, 2. If I do 3 times, I've gone over 18, so I can only go in 2 times. 2 times 7 will give me 14. 8 minus 4 is 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. So is this 4 smaller than the 7? It is, so I can go ahead and bring it up. And now my new dividend is 42. So 7 divides into 42. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times 7 is 42. 2 minus 2 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. So my quotient is 526. Let's check. All right, great job.